Hello everyone, and welcome to SJCS CRIM SOCI 3220.2 WW, Race, Racism, and Colonialism. My name is Greg French, and I'm a faculty member in the Department of Social Justice and Community Studies at St. Mary's University. I completed my PhD at the University of Western Ontario in 2017. My research explores the inter-imperial relationship that developed between representatives of the U.S. and Spanish empires in the American West, the Caribbean Basin, and the Philippines during the long 19th century. I generally teach courses on imperialism, social power relations, negotiations, and development studies. I look forward to engaging with all of you during the winter semester of 2019. SJCS CRIM SOCI 3220.2 WW critically examines the creation, implementation, and ramifications of race, racism, and colonialism in our modern world. This will be done through an engagement with sources that will enable us to explore the connections that exist between overseas imperial projects and our present settler colonial society. The course will provide agency to both the colonizers and the colonized, and will bring light to the inter, and trans-imperial networks that facilitated the construction and enforcement of racially based colonial regimes. The course will conclude with an investigation into how racism and colonialism continues to perpetuate political, social, cultural, and economic inequalities throughout the colonized world, with a particular focus on settler-indigenous relations in present-day Canada. The course will be presented in an online setting via Brightspace and Blackboard Ultra. Students will be responsible for conducting weekly readings, watching lectures, reviewing PowerPoint slides, and then engaging with the instructor, which is me, the teaching assistant, Tina Rainier, and fellow students via the online discussion board. Modules will begin on Tuesday at 9 a.m. and will close on Mondays at 5 p.m. Therefore, all assignments must be submitted by 5 p.m. on Monday afternoon. All course-related questions should be sent to the course instructor via email. The instructor will generally respond to these inquiries within 24 hours. All technological questions should be sent to the Software and Application Support Center or the Information System and Support Help Desk. Of course, feel free to CC me on those emails as well. During Module 1, we will go through the introductory portion of the course. We will begin by looking at the course objectives, the textbooks required for the course, as well as additional readings, as well as the course requirements and evaluations. We will conclude with several questions from the readings for this week, as well as an introductory survey, which we will get on with later in the module. By the conclusion of this course, students will be able to define how racial constructs are created and implemented in colonial landscapes. Students will be able to identify the theories and methodologies that are used by scholars to study race, racism, and colonialism. Students will be able to address the outcomes of racially based colonial policies in our settler colonial society, evaluate, analyze, and synthesize sources, organize and present evidence in a coherent manner, and apply research, critical thinking, writing, and organizational skills to new tasks. The textbook, the required textbook for this course, is written by Heather Strait-Salters and Trevor R. Getz and is entitled Empires and Colonies in the Modern World, A Global Perspective. Additional course readings and videos will be available via hyperlinks, the Patrick Power Library, and/or will be posted on Brightspace. Please note that weekly readings are subject to change. If a change is made, an announcement will be posted on Brightspace. Now let's get into the course requirements and evaluations. There are 6 major components of the course. As you go through the lectures for this week, as well as the course syllabus, You will notice the due dates are listed on both. Our first assignment is the library research-based modules, which are due at the conclusion of Module 3. The library research-based modules are a library assignment delivered through Brightspace. Research-based introduces students to the basics of university-level research and must be completed, as I said, by the conclusion of Module 3. Research-based is comprised of a series of learning modules and online quizzes designed to teach students the skills they need to find the materials for their research assignments and essays. The library research-based modules will serve as a foundational aspect of the course. Students will take what they learn from the research-based module and use it as they go throughout the assignments that are involved in the course, specifically looking at the research essay proposal, the annotated bibliography, and ultimately the research essay. The second assignment that is due at the conclusion of Module 5 is the research essay proposal. In the research essay proposal, students will submit a 2-page research essay proposal on a topic of their choosing, which relates to the themes addressed in the course. A list of possible topics will be provided to students, but students are encouraged to select their own topics. The research essay proposal should include the student's theoretical and methodological approaches to their research topic, a sample of the sources that the student plans to use, and any research problems that the student expects they may encounter during their research. If approved by the instructor, the topic for the research essay proposal will be used for both the annotated bibliography and the ultimate completion of the course, which is the research essay. The third assignment in the course is the annotated bibliography. Building off the skills acquired while conducting the research-based modules, students will submit an annotated bibliography at the conclusion of Module 8. In connection with the topic addressed during the research essay proposal and in preparation for the submission of the research essay, students will conduct research on 5 academic sources that relate to the topic. Students will cite sources using the Chicago Manual of Style and provide a 200-word evaluation of each source. Students will be asked to write an 8 to 10-page research essay and submit it at the conclusion of Module 11. The essay is designed to provide students with an opportunity to research and examine a topic that relates to the course. Feedback for the research essay proposal and the annotated bibliography should be evident in the final product. The essay must follow appropriate scholarly conventions and the Chicago Manual of Style citation guide. This essay should also incorporate all 5 sources from the annotated bibliography. In addition to those evaluations and assignments will be our weekly discussion boards. At the beginning of the course, students will be divided into groups on Blackboard, or students will remain in one large group. At 9 a.m. on Tuesday mornings, the instructor will provide relevant questions, conversation points, videos, or current event topics on the discussion board, which students will be asked to comment on and discuss. Both the instructor and the teaching assistant will moderate these discussions. Students are required to post at least 2 responses per week, which are roughly 100 to 150 words per response, and are responsible for furthering the discussion. Responses can be conversational, but vulgar comments will not be tolerated. For more information, please consult the course's diversity statement. The grading rubric for the discussion boards will be available on Brightspace. As we progress through the semester, inquiries regarding discussion board grades can be sent to the instructor and/or the teaching assistant. The last evaluation or assignment is the final examination. The final examination will include all of the materials covered during the course. Questions will come from the lectures, course readings, and discussion boards. The first portion of the exam will include 12 identification questions, and students will be asked to select 4. Students will then be asked to define the who, the what, the where, the why, the how, the when, and to explain the significance surrounding each selected identification question. The second portion of the examination will include 3 broad questions. Students will be asked to select one of those questions and will be expected to appropriately answer it in essay format. The final examination will occur on campus during the April exam period. Late penalties. If a student fails to submit the research essay proposal, annotated bibliography, or the research essay on the appropriate due date, 5% will immediately be deducted from the overall grade of the assignment. For every day that the assignment is late, after the initial day, the student will be penalized an additional 2% per day. In regards to the library research-based modules, discussion boards, and final examination, a student will receive a grade of 0 if they fail to complete these evaluations. Last but not least, I would like to address the diversity statement. As you will notice, I've skipped across the academic misconduct, plagiarism, and accommodation portions of the course syllabus, but I strongly encourage you to consult those both on the syllabus and in the lecture slides for this week. The diversity statement. The study of race, racism, and colonialism provides instructors and students with a unique opportunity to examine how inequalities have been and are systematically ingrained into communities. The first step towards addressing diversity is recognizing that equality does not exist. Every one of us is a distinct entity with our own experiences that shape the way we perceive the world. However, when we enter an online community of inquiry with an open mind, we can create a safe space for individuals of all races, genders, socioeconomic classes, religions, sexual orientations, physical and mental abilities, ages, and ethnicities to come together and better understand how the past has shaped the present. I intend to create a safe and productive online learning environment for every student in the course. In exchange, I ask that all of you respect the views and opinions of your fellow classmates. If you have any suggestions on how to increase the inclusivity of the course, please feel free to contact me at any time. The Department of Social Justice and Community Studies also recognizes that St. Mary's University is on the unceded and ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people. If you haven't done so already, I would ask that you go through the syllabus once again before you begin Module 1. As you enter Module 1, please take some time to review the course slides included in the PowerPoint deck. At the conclusion of the slides, you will notice that there are 2 slides, both slides 19 and slides 20, that include questions to consider as you go through the readings for this week. Please consider those questions and allow them to serve as a foundational understanding as you approach not just Module 1, but the remainder of the course. This week, we will not have an online discussion board. However, I would ask that all of you complete the introductory survey that is available on Brightspace. Once you have completed the introductory survey, please email me that introductory survey so that I can get to know a little bit more about all of you. I hope that you enjoy Module 1 as well as the remainder of the course, and I look forward to seeing you next week during Module 2.